Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Junior Cox, along with head coach Ronnie Bickham and offensive coordinator Reggie Cumro of the Brahma Bulls. Stay tuned for the Ronnie Bickham Coaches Show.
Sunspots. They're a sneaky little enemy that interrupts your sleep. They follow you from room to room and interfere with things you like to do. That's why Hunter Douglas created new Light Lines mini blinds. They keep out the light that ordinary mini blinds can't, so only the beauty shines through. New Light Lines mini blinds from Hunter Douglas. It's what you don't see that makes the difference.
Good afternoon, folks. Coach Bickham, the Paul Pewitt Brahmas had a pretty impressive performance last Friday night against Chisholm Mustangs. Could you go about and tell us a little detail about the game?
Well, Junior, it was first of all, it was homecoming for the Brahmas, and there was a busy week and a lot of activities going on, and a fun week for the kids, and you know, our kids really kept focused through all that, and that's real important. You know, we just felt like that our kids did a great job. You know, everybody got a chance to play. The game was over basically at halftime with the score, and just about everybody we put on the field did a great job. Our offense ran smoothly, except, you know, early in the game we had a couple of penalties, and after we looked at them on film, they were really, I don't know what the officials were looking at when they threw the flag, but that's officials for you. You know, but our defense, again, played lights out, just playing unbelievable defense. So, you know, we just had a great week for the homecoming here at Paul Pewitt.
Coach Cumro, speaking of offense, you know, this past couple of weeks, the offense has put on a show. Kenny Boyd, I was looking in the Texarkana Gazette, and Kenny Boyd is, I think, ranked number 6. But what impressed me is that he only had half the carries that everyone else had with the yardage amount that he has. How's he being prepared for this week's game?
Well, we're preparing Kenny just like we do every week, and the whole team, as far as we want to be able to run our entire offense. These past 2 weeks, you know, the score, you know, we've scored early and scored often. We've let the other kids play in everything. You know, I know his average per carry is like 20 yards per carry here the last 2 weeks. I'm sure that will change this week and everything. But we're preparing him the same way as we do every week, as far as just going through our entire offense, making sure we can run all phases of it.
Well, Coach Bickham, back with our team, I know that this week's game versus Cooper is an intense battle that's been come up many times during the week throughout the town folk people. And one of the questions that they all ask is how has Pewitt stayed focused for this game?
Well, it's pretty easy to stay focused for a big game, and everybody knows this is for the district championship. You know, it doesn't make any difference in our new playoff system in the state of Texas as far as the playoffs. We'll come out of the district as the large school, and Cooper come out as one of the small schools. But, you know, it's just it's a pride matter. It's a district championship. Our kids are being challenged. You know, we don't feel like that basically we were challenged in Prairieland and in the Chisholm ball games, but we know that the Cooper Bulldogs has a fine football team, and our kids were focused this week. We had a great week of practice. You know, the hitting on practice was really intense, and you know, we just had to watch what we were doing, and we'd hurt one another out there. It was a great week, and I hope we continue with that kind of intensity right on into tonight's game, and I think we will.
Well, one of the things that I've seen throughout watching the game every Friday night this season is that me and my partner have noticed the technique form and how that not only the offensive unit but the defensive units, how they play such key techniques. Could you explain some of how y'all stress that?
Well, we go to a lot of clinics and talk to a lot of coaches and everything, and try to find out what the latest technique is, and we teach that to our kids every day. As far as we have our fundamental periods where the coaches get each unit and work with that particular unit, and we stress that from the 7th grade on up all the way through. Our varsity football team is playing that technique, and we spend a lot of time on that, and the kids respond real well. They're very coachable, and that's a big key, being coachable, and those kids will do whatever we ask them to do, and they've been doing a great job of that. But that's one reason, how we're so good at that, because we spent so much time, a lot of repetition on that.
One of the things that we've seen on the Friday nights has been impressive has been this wing tee offense, and I'd like to talk about that once we come back from this commercial break.
Provocative, intelligent, exciting. Hunter Douglas, the leader in window fashions. Radiant, innovative, extraordinary. Hunter Douglas is all these. And now the Hunter Douglas Fashion Credit Program gives you the luxury of buying now and paying later. Hunter Douglas, changing the world, one window at a time.
And with locations throughout the East Texas and Louisiana area, there's a blind place near you.
Again, welcome back to the Ronnie Bickman Coaches Show. Coach, explain a little bit more about this wing tee offense and about how important it is that everyone holds their position.
Well, one thing in the wing tee offense, we feel that we can line up on our wing set and we can attack the entire field, where the defense has to, they can't just load up on one thing, they've got to defend the whole field. Out of the wing tee, we have three basic plays. We have the trap, the sweep, and the bootleg, and just those three plays alone make you cover the entire field, so a team can't say, well, we're going to stop the sweep or we're going to stop this and load up there. If that happens, we'll come right, back to something else. Also, off our wing tee set, we also run the veer a lot as far as back to the weak side. We can run what we call the veer, which is the option, or we can run scat. So we've got a couple plays coming back to the weak side that are real strong as well.
Coach Bickman, how is the team preparing for this matchup tonight? And have you had any big surprises this year so far that's come up and just made an impressive start?
Well, probably our biggest surprise is our defense and our defensive front five. Junior, they're just playing tremendous football, far exceeds our expectations, and we have high expectations. So if they exceed what we feel like, or where we feel like they'll be, then they're up there. Our move from a starting tackle to nose guard by Anthony Stanley was our best move of the year. He's been an impressive nose guard. He's probably one of the premier nose guards in the state of Texas in any classification. So far, no one's blocked him with two, much less with one. And I think he's really made and set the tone for our defensive front five. Our defensive front five, we were looking at the other day, and they've got 234 tackles between the five of them. They got 16 sacks and 3 fumble returns for touchdowns, and just an amazing amount of stats that those guys have put together. We feel like if they continue playing on that ground and on that level, we feel like that, these guys are going to be hard to score on. They're going to be hard to beat. Everybody, good football teams are going to score some. But that defense keeps giving our offense back to football. We're in great shape, and I think that's been the key to our success is that defense playing to the level it's played. Also, our secondary. We started the year off with our secondary with some newcomers in there and really working hard. And Coach Sibley's done a great job of bringing them along. And they've got 10 interceptions on the year. They're getting better every week, and that's what we're striving to do, because we know sooner or later we're fixing to meet some giant killers out there that throw the ball well, that have great offenses in the playoffs, that we're going to have to take care of, and that secondary is such a vital, important part of our program. But we know if we stop the run, they got to throw, and so that's basically what's been happening in the first 7 games of the year.
Well, what has impressed me as a announcer every Friday night has been one of the concepts that where you had a weakness at is no longer a weakness, and it's hard to find a weak link in that chain now. And that, like you said, one of the defensive secondary has come on and impressed me. One of the key players that we've seen in the backfield has been Chris Munn, and he's stepped up his ball game, it looks like, and has produced a few interceptions. Do you have anything that y'all prepare especially for that, where you play against the pass?
Well, we work hard against it, and Coach Sibley still works fundamentals every day, and we have to work fundamentals every day. Those kids aren't there. Chris is doing a great job back there at free safety. He's smart. He moves the ball well. He's got good speed. He needs to improve his aggressiveness like all defensive backs do. If you watch the Dallas Cowboys defensive backs, they don't tackle well, so we work on tackling every day. But sooner or later, they need to make one may slip through that front 7 up there and may get by a linebacker, and that defensive back has to make a tackle. But, their primary job is coverage backs and being right there and fighting for the ball when it goes up. And Chris is our leading interceptor. He has 3 on the season. And I'll assure you, if the ball goes up and stays up very long, Chris is pretty close to it. So the secondary has really improved a lot, and we're hoping, in the next few weeks going into the playoffs that they improve just that much more.
Well, Coach, tonight's matchup is a key matchup in between two undefeated teams. I'm sure there will be some college scouting going on there tonight. How many players does Pewitt have that you feel like might be go on to the next level?
Well, we have more, probably more Division I players than we've ever had. I know, of course, Jimmy Wilkerson, a quarterback and linebacker, has been offered already by Texas A&M and Baylor. They've been highly recruited by Arkansas and Iowa and you know, Syracuse, and they're just a numerous amount of other schools. Kenny Boyd's been offered by TCU, and he's being recruited by UNLV, Iowa, you know, several other major universities. Hercules Tarver's being recruited. He's high on the list at Baylor. They're looking maybe to offer him in the next few weeks, but colleges like Southeastern Oklahoma, which has great programs, Southern Arkansas, Arkansas State, SFA, all those colleges would really like to have him, and so we're looking for him, those three, to go Division I. Delwyn Johnson, our defensive tackle, doesn't have the core subjects, but he's already been offered by Independence Community College, where we have two young men starting up there right now. Navarro College, Kilgore College, all of those are interested in Delwyn. James Gilmore has a chance to play some NAIA or some Division II. So, you know, we have quite a few kids that probably more than we've ever had, that has a chance to go on and get us college scholarship and have their education paid for and enjoy 4 years of college football. And you know, like Jimmy, maybe playing on Sunday one day.
That's true. Well, Coach, one thing that I'd like to say, just as being watching, is I appreciate the team effort that the Pewitt program has put into this football team. And what it does, it not only leads the football team to championship, but it leads the community into some prideful things. And I know, speaking from the community, that everyone appreciates the effort that you put out, and along with you, Coach Cumro, and that the show you'll put on Friday night. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like for you to stay tuned for our Friday night show. And thank you, and good night.
Omaha Furniture, downtown Omaha, is another Brahma Pride supporter. Start with a great selection of sectionals to meet your needs. Look at this fine selection of sofas and love seats in all decorator styles and colors. A huge selection of action furniture by Lane, from rockers to electric-powered recliners. Watch as our models demonstrate our fantastic inventory of appliances featuring Whirlpool washers, dryers, and refrigerators. And Zenith TVs and VCRs lead the way in our selection in the electronics department. Omaha Furniture in Omaha.
As the largest bank in Morris County, we offer the best in banking services in our region. We have the technology and the resources to provide the same services as a big bank. Recently, we've added banking by phone and the Visa check card program to our growing list of services. But what really sets us apart is our people. Our knowledgeable, friendly staff can meet all your banking needs. We've been here and we'll be here. You can count on us. We're Morris County National Bank. Brahma Foods in Omaha is home of the Bullpen Deli. Start your day off with a great breakfast or stop by for our all-you-can-eat lunch and dinner buffet featuring our famous good old made-from-scratch home cooking, complete with salad bar and fresh-made bread. And it's served 11 to 8 daily for only $4.75. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights feature steak and fish specials, including all-you-can-eat catfish. Come by Brahma Foods for all your grocery needs and be sure to visit our meat market. That's Brahma Foods in Omaha, home of Brahma Pride.
Freddy's Auto Repair, Highway 144, 1 mile south of Omaha, is a proud Brahma booster. Freddie Joyner has 34 years experience, with 15 of those years as an ASE Master Certified Mechanic. Freddie does all types of general and automotive repair and an engine rebuilding. They're also high-performance and rear axle specialists. They offer the latest computer diagnostics. Freddy's Auto Repair, located 1 mile south of Omaha on Highway 144. Freddy's Auto Repair, another Brahma Pride supporter.
Provocative, intelligent, exciting. Hunter Douglas, the leader in window fashions. Radiant, innovative, extraordinary. Hunter Douglas is all these. And now the Hunter Douglas Fashion Credit Program gives you the luxury of buying now and paying later. Hunter Douglas, changing the world, one window at a time.
And with locations throughout the East Texas and Louisiana area, there's a blind place near you.
Good evening, folks. I'm Tom Ramsey. The following is part of a series I hope will help inform voters about the proposed constitutional amendments that will be voted on Tuesday, November the 2nd. Tonight we'll talk about Proposition 10, the constitutional amendment to provide that the Commissioner of Health and Human Services serves at the pleasure of the Governor. Currently, the Commissioner is appointed to a 2-year term expiring February the 1st of odd-numbered years, and his or her dismissal requires a 2/3 vote of the Senate. Proposition 10 would provide that the Health and Human Services Commissioner serve purely at the discretion of the Governor. The Health and Human Services Commission has about 180 employees and a budget of $35 million. The Commissioner oversees agencies with combined budgets of over $20 billion, and the Commissioner is responsible for managing a large portion of the state's services to citizens. Proposition 10 seeks to increase the direct accountability by putting the Commissioner's service purely at the discretion of the Governor. I'm Tom Ramsey, reminding you to be sure and vote November the 2nd.
For tonight's game, we've got the Blind Place, Omaha Furniture, Morris County National Bank, Brahma Foods, Freddy's Auto Repair, First National Bank of Hughes Springs, Omaha office, John Paul Jones Motors, Frederick Sperry General Dentistry, Edgemont, Bladewater National Bank in Omaha, and State Representative Tom Ramsey. How about them sponsors? This broadcast is protected by copyright laws and the property of SBT Network Incorporated, Channel 54, not rebroadcast or reproduced without written permission of SBT Network Incorporated, Channel 54. Anyone interested in a video copy of this game should contact Channel 54 at 903-572-4351. Videos are available for $15 tax included. When you buy 4 games, the 5th game is free.
All right, Craig, let's get ready to rumble now. Here we are tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Cooper, Texas, home of the Cooper Bulldogs. Cooper,
this match up all year, man.
That's right, Craig. Not only is this a state championship matchup caliber, but also here we are in this beautiful night. Cooper won the toss and they elected to receive. Cooper Bulldogs are picked second in this district behind the Paul Pewitt Ravens, who are the defending state Division 1A 2A champions. Only one sad thing about this, Craig. One's going home a loser. Woo! Holy cow, what a detention. And I got goosebumps. Yeah, baby. I don't know if they're intense, but we're intense up here. Holy cow. Merle Hawkins back to kick. Back deep to receives big man number 4. There's the kick, ladies and gentlemen. The nice kick. Well, he's got the kick. He takes it around right in. Yeah, right there by Desmond Jones. That's number 4. Brandon Wilkerson on the return. No flags on the play. I love it, Craig. How about you? Woo! Starting offense for the Cooper Bulldogs. It's going to be quarterback number 3, Drew Conley. Tailback number 5, Jason Yamadio. Fullback 48, Billy Mayberry. In a power out position. Hands up to the fullback. Gained about 6 yards. Going to bring up second down and 4. Split in, number 22, Justin Basie. Wingback, number 9, Whitney Priest. Tight end, number 1, Sean Stegall. Tackle, 78, Justin Kenniger. Guard, 77, Andrew Smith. Center, 50, Chase Chadwick. Guard, 52, Michael Solo. Tackle, 58, Brandon Bonds. That's the first time I've seen all year someone drive up the first play against the Pewitt Bulls. Hand off again, right in the middle. Looks like they're going right at the heart of the defense, Craig. Starting for the Pewitt defense. We got defensive end, 77, Otis Cobbins. Defensive tackle, 4, Darren Johnson. Nose guard, 40, Anthony Stanley. Defensive tackle, 74, Otis Cobbins. End, 37, James Gilmore. Linebacker, 17, Jimmy Wilkerson. Linebacker, 9, Hercules Tarver. Free safety, 15, Chris Munn. Strong safety, 8, Desmond Jones. Cornerback, 25, Kenny Boyd. Pitch out to number 5. That's Jason DiMatteo on the carry. Look. That's true, Craig. Starting cornerbacks are 25, Kenny Boyd, and number 10, Kendrick Wright. Brings up 1st and 10 on their own, on Pewitt's own 17-yard line.
I hate to see the team move this well at the beginning of the game.
That's true, Craig.
Time we scored.
Mario back in the backfield himself. Pitch up the middle. Hit hard, though, by a bunch of, looks like number 7, Otis Cobbins on the tackle.
Speaking of Cobbins, he had another great game last week with 7 tackles. I mean, to hit, he's got a brother just like him.
Yeah, I know it. We call them the Cobbins bookends. I asked Miss Cobbins this week what she did when she got down to that last biscuit. She said, I don't have no problem. She says, what? She says, I eat it.
I like to see the grocery bill in that house.
Woo! Twins left. Mario back by himself. Takes off the handoff. Looks like it's going to be a quarterback keeper. Get close to the first down, Craig. That's true. We're at 3rd and 1, about the 6-yard line. No, 8-yard line, excuse me.
This is the time Anthony Stanley, Cobbins boys, Hercules Tarver, Wilkerson got to step up, shut it down.
That's true, Craig. That's true. So far, this Cooper offense has been impressive. Let's see if they can't keep this drive going.
And we can tell them that this is their offense, how our running game. And this looks like you said, impressive.
Hand off at the middle, hit hard though by Stanley. Didn't go very far that time. Maybe Mike got 1st down. Looks like they're going to make it. 1st down, Cooper. 1st and goal for the Cooper Bulldogs.
It's the only time we've seen a team the last 7 days this season be 1st and goal inside the Pewitt 10.
I can tell already, Craig, I'm going to need some Advil. Calling on 3, 4, 5. I love it. Matt may have to bring in some replacements for it.
I really love this Cooper crowd.
That's true. Brings up 1st and goal. Hand off to DiMatteo. Hit hard by the last scrimmage by number 25, Kenny Boyd.
Big play by Boyd, pushing him back.
That's true. First time they lost yardage this series. Going to bring up 2nd down and goal still. It's about 7 to go.
Now this is what we've seen the Pewitt defense do all year. Step up and stop people in front.
That's true. Greg, I believe that the Cooper offense has already gained more yards than last 2 opponents have.
Well, it's not hard to gain more than, what, 14 and 0 yards.
That's true. Twins to the right. Mighty on the backfield by himself. Looks like a quarterback keeper. Not going anywhere. Hit hard was Anthony Stanley. Jerome Cobbins, 74. Otis Cobbins. Delwyn Johnson. The whole front five.
That's what we're used to seeing. Pure defense, swarming to the point of the ball, and shutting down the guys.
Going to bring up 3rd and 11 now, Craig. Looks like this might be, if Pewitt holds them here, this might be the first time that we see a field goal attempt all year.
Well, if there's anything that we've learned in this situation, the Pewitt defense has an answer. That's a well-run pass to the right or left. We saw Hook do it. We saw Clarkson do it. Those are the only 2 pass plays that work against Pewitt.
But they're forgetting about one man back there. My big man, Stick Munn.
Oh, yeah. One of the area leaders in interception.
That's right. Uh-oh, got a flag on the play. Looks like a delay of game.
I was hoping we wouldn't see it.
Delay of game, bring back another 5 yards, bring 3rd and goal, but that goal is 16 yards away.
It looked like the Pewitt defense was taken aback by the ferocious attack of the Bulldogs in their initial drive. But as we see, they've adjusted, they've calmed down, they're starting to shut them down like we're accustomed to.
That's true, Craig. Finally, the crowd kind of quietens down with that penalty to talk at a normal pace here. If we've been blaring you out, we apologize. That's why we have to talk just to hear ourselves.
Well, after that, we're a little excited.
That's true, Craig. Pitch out to DiMatteo. Fumble out of the end zone. That's going to be a touchback, ladies and gentlemen. They fumbled out of the end zone. Holy cow! Can you believe that, Craig? Kicked it out of the end zone, Craig. Going to be a touchback. Can't believe that luck. Man, hate to see that for the Cooper Bulldogs. I was excited for the young man. Had his blockers out in front of him, driving into the hole and just accidentally kicks the ball out of the end zone.
Great run, culminating in a God's play. Can't blame the young man. He popped out of his hands.
Well, Cooper has nothing to be worried about. They had a great drive right there. and Paul Pewitt Braves really have to be worrying about what they're going to do the next series. I'm sure the
stellar defense, only giving up 33 points all year, shutting down everybody. Let's look what they can do against the strong running attack of the Miners here.
Going to bring up 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line for the Bulls.
Oh, we got Schultz.
That's right. Jimmy Wilson up under center, along with Boyd and Jones in the backfield. Looks like it's a handoff to Boyd. Hit hard behind the line of scrimmage. So it looks like a loss of 2 yards. Going to bring up 2nd down, and it looks like either 12 or 13, Craig.
We're not used to that from Kenny Boyd.
That's true.
Let me mention, he broke Pewitt rushing record. He's amassed over 4,500 yards in his career. State 42.
Bringing in big number 4, Delwyn Johnson. Kendrick Wright coming out of the huddle. Brings up 2nd down and 12. 5 minutes left to go in this great ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Going to be a delay of game, Craig.
Second one.
Oh, yep.
You think he's been an opposite call in this situation? Maybe a lot of offsides because he's excited to delay a game.
You know, you're liable to see here that pass over the middle to Hercules Tarver right here, Craig. I mean, you got the ball in the hands of Jimmy Wilkes. If he gets in trouble, he can run one himself.
Well, you bet. You know, we're quadruple threat offense.
That's true. 2nd down and 16 to go on their own 14-yard line. Wilson up under center with Jones and Boyd in the backfield. Wilson keeps it up and down. He's got almost a first down, ladies and gentlemen. We're gaining about 12 yards.
He was so close to breaking that. Secondary just started dragging.
That's true, Craig. You know, one man held onto his leg. We've seen it time and time again where he's taken that one man, stomped on him, and then run the whole distance.
Junior, you talked to the coach, he spoke of the simplicity of the Pewitt offense. That was pretty confusing. I really thought he handed the Boyd up the middle. Next thing I know, he's 10 yards downfield.
3rd down and a long 3, short 4. Key play for the Bulls. Wilson keeps on center. Hands off to Boyd. Looks like it's going to come up short.
A lot of heart there by the Cooper Bulldogs. Stopping the Pewitt offense.
That's close to to a first down and had to see if they go for it. It'll be 4th and 1. Looks like they're going to punt.
Why not? They got Wilkerson. I just hope that the Raymond team will come here tonight. Hope it's not to lose.
That's true, Craig. Got Gibson up middle. You know, he may run the ball himself. Gets a good kick. Get a fair catch signal by number 22. Number 22, that was Justin Basie on the return. Going to bring up 1st and 10 on the Bulldogs' own 35-yard line.
This is another first this season. Drive it out.
That's true, Craig. Have to see if this Bulldog offense keeps up this pace.
I don't see why they wouldn't. They average about 50 points a game.
Craig, this is what I love. I love the crowd over here at Cooper. They have pride in their team. You know, they're excited every play. And I stress that every play. DiMaggio will pitch, hit before he gets to the line of scrimmage. Excuse me, that was number 48. Billy Mayberry. Tackle made by James Gilmore, number 37. Brings up 2nd and 10.
This looks like it's shaped up to be one of those games when the defense is out.
That's true, Craig.
Hey, they're humming Frisbee.
Looks like that, but I think with this crosswind, they're going to have a hard time for that, Craig. Brings up 2nd down and long 10. Monty on the backfield by himself. Has the pitch off, hands up the middle. Hit hard by number 40, Anthony Stanley. Holy cow. That's when one Bulldog met another.
That's one guy.
That's true. You know, talking to his uncle and some of the other local favorites say that Stanley not only worked out with free weights, but he had tires, wheels, anything that had whole axle. Holy cow.
His coach, the only way he said you can describe him is he's much of a man.
That's true. You know, I was talking to him today and earlier in the coach's show, and he said Stanley was a surprise of the year. He was a great player, but instead he's met every expectation. Started, Mario, going to have a hole call in the crowd. Looks like you're going to have a hole there, Craig. Going to be back about another 10 yards. Going to be 3rd and 20.
Well, you're fine. They're going 4th and 5. Make them punt.
No, I push him back.
Well, they're going with my call there, buddy. They got faith in that.
What is the hands going back and forth? Craig, I have never seen that before. Maybe. Back gate to receive is number 9. Whoa! Nice punt. Gets a Cooper roll. That was a punt of about, let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45 yards, Craig.
On the 19-yard line, Pewitt stuck to the hole and get it. I'm going to take now a little time to go over last week's stats. Pewitt hot off the victory, 63-0 victory over Chisholm, where they amassed 343 rushing yards, 70 passing yards for a total of 413. That brings their season total to 2,328 rushing yards and 344 passing yards on the season for a total of 2,672 yards.
Look for them to do the little pass play here, Craig. Looks like they have a fumble. Looks like it's Bulldog ball. First time I've seen that all year, Craig. Going to bring up 1st and 10 on the Bulls' own 18-yard line.
It looks like they just messed up on the exchange there. I think Wilkerson was trying to pull it out. The boy didn't know it. Hopefully Wilkerson at linebacker will be really angry.
Last time, Craig, that the Bulldogs were at these positions where the DiMaggio ran to the left side and got in the end zone, but he kicked it out of the end zone right before he made it over the goal line.
I like the way DiMaggio runs.
Number 48, that's going to be Billy Mayberry on the tackle. carry, brought down by number 40, Anthony Stanley, along with Jerome Cobbins.
Nothing doing there. I counted 8 blinders on the tackle.
The only thing one worse than a Brayman hitting you, Craig. 8 of them.
Would that be 8 times worse?
No, that's true. Looks like you only have 40 seconds left to go in this great first quarter of this game, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay tuned for our sponsors. Probably going to be the last play of the quarter. Emilio in the backfield by himself. It's going to be a pass. Timing. Great defense there by number 10, Kendrick Wright. I think, though, if he would have caught that, Craig, it probably would have been out of the end zone.
He might have been able to drag a foot. They only have to win one nice one.
That's true. Not just 1 foot, 1 toe.
Yep.
1 toe hair.
Got to hand it to the defense. Hasn't been hitting anything misery this game.
That stops the clock, Craig. It's 3rd down and 8 on Pewitt's own 18-yard line. 19 seconds left to go in the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. But my temples are feeling it.
They are jamming.
That's the first time this year, ladies and gentlemen, that the Bulls have been behind.
We'll see how they come back from this concert really soon.
Oh, the kick is no good, ladies and gentlemen. Hits the crossbar. That leads the score of 6-0. Craig, that might make it be a crucial play later on this game.
In a game like this, when you got both teams, slugfest, extra point, man, they matter. Let's see how the Pewitt offense responds to this red ball. I'm ruling shot right now.
I am too, Craig. Seems like I've been saying more things about Cooper than I had the Bulls.
I got to give him much respect as well. They're coming out and gunning.
That's true, Craig.
The Ravens come out angry and fired up. We'll be able to tell it.
You know,
we're going to come out really intimidating.
Last year, Craig, looks like number 48, the fullback, Billy Mayberry's going to be doing the kicking. Back deep to receive is number 8, Desmond Jones, along with Kendrick Wright. 9 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Stay tuned for our coach. That's true, Craig. You feel the stadium rocking. It's rocking and rolling and rolling. That's true, Craig.
We're going to support the boys.
That one tuba player over there, he's really rocking too. I don't know if it's stuck on him or he's excited.
That'll only last a half.
That's true. Either going to do that or you're going to hit one of them baritone players and knock his head off. Looks like they're going to go for an onside kick. Don't understand what the delay here is, Craig. I'd be worried for an onside kick if I was Coach Bickham. Who knows?
On the weak side.
Might have said, could I hear you? I can't hear you.
I can't hear anything. That was weird.
and number 30 comes up with the play. 3 seconds left to go in the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we're starting off the best field position of the game.
That's true, Craig. Gonna have one play here before the first quarter is over with, ladies and gentlemen. Score is 6-0. After this play, we'll be changing sides of the field and hearing a word from our sponsors.
What a great game this has been so far.
Wilson up on the center. Wilson back, get the pass.
That's it for the first quarter, folks. We'll be right back for the second quarter of the Hall Field Racing and the Cooper Bulldogs.
At the Gladewater National Bank of Omaha, our friendly employees offer you over 35 years of combined banking experience and are eager to help you with all your banking needs. Whether it's CDs, an IRA, traveler's checks, checking or savings account, a safety deposit box, or a business or consumer loan, you'll find it all at Gladewater National Bank of Omaha. Combine that with the convenience of a drive-through, commercial window service, and our convenient hours, and you've got it all. That's at Gladewater National Bank of Omaha, Highway 67, downtown.
S-Mart of Omaha, Highway 67 and 259, another Brahma Pride booster. Open 24 hours forever. We feature gasoline and diesel. Fresh, delicious food from our deli. Soft drinks, milk, bread, and snacks. Friendly people waiting to serve you at our checkout counter. Need to rent a movie? Look at our big selection. And we own our own laundromat right next door. We're a proud Brahma Pride booster. S-Mart, open 24 hours forever for all of your convenience store needs. Highway 259 and 67 in Omaha.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second quarter of the Pewitt Ravens versus the Cooper Bulldogs. Score is 6-0 in favor of the Cooper Bulldogs. Hand off to Kenny Boyd. He's around the end. He's got paid up. One guy to beat, steps out of bounds for a first down, 15 yards. He gets over into the Bulldogs territory, Craig. While we was out on our commercial break, Mr. Rustic and Mr. Cox were coming up with the plan. It looks like the Bulls are just going to have one play to get this defense confused, rattled, and that might have been the play, Craig.
Oh, you bet. You got a guy like Kenny Boyd. He averages 11 yards per carry.
What?
I said 11. Woo! Hurting loose. Let him do what he does.
That's true, Craig. Brings up 1st and 10 on the Bulldogs' 45-yard line. Wilson hands off up to Jones at the middle. Gain of about 4 yards.
I noticed on that play what I like. Wilson, after he pulled off the ball, went out and took out a linebacker. How many quarterbacks do you think he has?
Well, forget he's a linebacker too, and he knows how to hit one. Brings up 2nd down and 6.
Well, the Brahma offense is averaging 333 yards a game rushing and 49 yards a game passing for a total of 381 a game. They scored 298 points so far. Let's see if they add to it.
Let's see, Craig. Wilson up on the center. Hands off to Boyd. Hit hard by number 9. That's sweet at his line. Excuse me. That's even to be in Whitney Praise.
Did you say number 9 or did you say 9 Bulldogs?
I said number 9 with a host of Bulldogs. He was the leader of the pack, if you might say. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Man, I hadn't seen a play like that again in 2 of the years.
Me either, Craig. That's number 8 coming in, Desmond Jones, along with number 3 and number 10, Kendrick Wright.
Last year versus Cooper, Boyd had 12 rushes for 176 yards. I think he's probably around 4 or 5 so far this game on 4 or 5 carries.
Looks like a delay of game. Looks like they may have some quick watches tonight, Craig.
That's the third one we've seen. The second against Pewitt. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage to get the play off.
Brings up 3rd down and 13. One thing about it, they don't make this, Craig. They're going to be kicking into the wind this time.
We've already seen the Cooper quarterback
Craig. Wilkerson back to repass. Got a wide open Kendrick Wright. Looks like it's going to be a first down, Craig. Yeah, baby.
He threaded the needle there. That was a great pass.
Great pass. First time I think Kendrick Wright's caught one all year.
Well, you got to when it hits you in the belly button.
That's true, Craig. Looks like it's going to bring up first. Going to be close.
Looks like they're giving him a favorable spot. Either way, we're going to see you go for it.
Looks like they're having a timeout for a measurement, Craig. Looks like they're going to be taking a measurement here, Craig. You know, I didn't know. I think maybe the coach might have asked for that measurement. Looks like it's going to be close, though. First down, Bulls. See how Andy Townsend excited.
Well, Townsend, you know, he's pretty fun to watch, so he gets excited.
That's true, Craig. I love it when an offensive tackle's a linebacker.
Oh, you bet.
Brings up 1st and 10 for the Bulls on the Bulldog zone. 34-yard line. Crowd getting up now. Boyd and Jones in the backfield. Looks like a quarterback keeper for Wilkerson. Maybe a gain of about 2 yards. Gonna bring up 2nd down and 8.
Well, we've seen Pewitt get better and better as the season progresses. Sustained drive. Early on in the season, all in the season. Bring the upper to the side of dust. And now we're starting to pick them apart. Do it like you really ought to.
That's true, Craig. True, Craig. Wilkerson over there, hands off to Boyd, all by himself. He's got one man to beat. He's got him beat. He's going, ladies and gentlemen. He's going all the way. Holy cow!
Did you see that stiff arm? It looked like Stephen Davis running over the Cowboys secondary in the first game of the season.
Nah, he looked more like Ricky Williams hitting the homeboy from Carolina last week with a bum elbow.
Either way, great run. 25 yards in a fine.
That's almost as exciting as well, it was just as exciting as DiMattio's run a while ago.
Now, who we got to see?
Mo, I'm going to kick it through the uprights. Hawkins. I'm excited, Craig.
Oh, Mo won't miss.
There's the kick. Looks like it's going to be wide right. Score, leads the score tie, ladies and gentlemen. 6-6 with 9 minutes left to go in the first half. Yes. Mo's going to get Mo better on those kicks.
Well, let's see how Cooper responds. We talked about Pewitt's response. Even up. Didn't think we'd see it, but I like it.
That's true. You know, Craig, one thing, even though Boyd's run was there about 40 yards, it looked like on the carry. 37 yards. That was really a nice little sustained drive they had there. Lasted about 5 minutes.
Oh, you bet. You know, Cooper, they got a lot of wants in this game. They've never beaten Pewitt. After 6 previous times they've met, Pewitt humiliated them last year. Cooper humble.
That's true, Craig, but also Pewitt has something to gain from this win tonight too, Craig. It'll be the first time they're going 8-0 in the season.
What an accolade that would be.
That's true, Craig. Only one thing to be better, that's to meet up in the playoffs again, but I don't think that's possible since Cooper is a smaller school. Mo Hawkins going to be doing the kicking. Back deep to receive is number 4. That's Vernon Wilkerson. Had a great return last time, Craig, by number 4. Let's watch to see if he does a great job again.
He almost took it all the way on that one.
Brought down by Desmond Jones. Hawkins gets a good tie kick to the win. Hit hard by Stick Mine, about the 23-yard line.
You know, Mine's not a real big guy, but he's got no heart.
But you know what he does? He sticks it to him.
I love to see a guy not afraid to do. And during the coaching show, that's one observation Coach Rickon made. He teaches his secondary guys.
That's true, Craig. That's true. Tell them not to watch any of those professional players who just think they're out there for the glory, for the catching the ball and not hitting, not tackling. Like some of those great players like
Cowboys, Daddy-O.
Oh, he did the Cowboys. He also mentioned that new young guy from the Redskins, Bailey, I think.
Whoa!
Whoa! Handoff number 48, Billy Mayburn. Excuse me. That's the Mario on the carry, number 5. Excuse me. That's tailback to tailback. Jones playing a strong safety, hit him hard out the middle. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 7 yards.
That young man really gains up a head of steam when he comes through. Looks like Alstott down Tampa Bay.
That's true, Craig. Offsides against the Bulls being declined. I don't think we're going to see mercy rules here tonight, Craig. It's going to bring up second down and about a long 3. That's true, Craig. About time. About time the Bulls get to see what it feels like to play a whole game.
It's a real game.
That's true, Craig. So hand off to hit hard this time right in the middle, though. Gonna be hit hard by the big 40 Bulldog Stanley.
It makes no sense to run at that guy.
I don't know. You know, I was talking to Coach Bickham earlier today. He said one thing that's impressive about Stanley is he's usually double teamed. He said the one thing about it is he picks one up and he just pushes the other one down. And then he throws the guy he's got up on the top of him. He told me he nicknames him before every game, Dumb and Bells. And I said, why? Because he's picking up his dumbbells.
You know, we talk about the kid so much. That's because he does. That's the reason he is.
I'm sure he's stronger than me and you.
Oh, he's clocked in about 225. Pushing folks to 500 pounds in the bench press.
Yikes. Yikes.
He's a kid. He's going to grow.
Got a nice spot by the referees there. It's going to be first down, ladies and gentlemen, for the Cougar Bulldogs. Looked like he got hit behind the line of scrimmage, but I guess forward progress made him gave him a good spot. It's going to bring up first and 10 on their own 34-yard line. Again, Craig, I might ought to mention, you know, that one of the reasons why we're here is because of our sponsors. But somebody you never hear from, that's our cameraman, Mike Ross. Mike does a fine job.
He's a good-looking man, too.
Even when he works all day, hashing taters at the Jamboree. Damadio hitting the backfield by number 72, Andy Townsend.
Nothing going there. We just finished talking about Townsend on offense.
Excuse me, that was 74. Jerome Cobbins. I don't know how I got them two mixed up. There is a little bit of a difference.
I'm going to take this opportunity of relative silence to mention our sponsors. For the Blind Place, who also sponsor the Coaches Show, Omaha Furniture, Morris County National Bank, Brahma Foods, Freddy's Auto Repair, First National Bank of East Springs, Omaha office, John Paul Jones Motors, Frederick G. Sperry General Dentistry, S-Mart, Whitewater National Bank in Omaha, and State Representative Tom Ramsey.
Number 11, Danny Walt in the quarterback now for the Bulldogs. Going to be a legal procedure there by the Bulldogs. Going to knock them back about 5 yards, bring second down and 15.
Looked like they were playing a game of Red Rover and Rover.
Yeah. Let the whole left side come over.
That's the second penalty we've seen against Pewitt, but I think 4 against Pewitt so far.
That's true, Craig.
If we're going to win this game, we can't double up on penalties.
I will say one thing, this game is going by faster than any game we've covered this year.
That's true. That's because it's been drives. When you have drives, that means the clock runs.
And it's not because they let the clock roll.
That's right. They don't want the clock to roll on this one.
It's a real nail biter. I love that.
That's true, Craig. Second down, 15. Number 11 up back up in the center. That's Danny Wall. Hand off to number 4, Wilkerson. Hit hard out of bounds. Going to bring up, just get the first down, Craig.
I can't hear you.
I know, Craig. I can't hear me either. Brings up first down and about 10 on their own 43-yard line.
But I tell you, number 4, Bernard Wilkinson for Cooper has wheels.
That's true, Craig. You know, he's the one that got that first kickoff return for such yardage.
I'm surprised they hadn't seen that more often.
He's a 6 foot, 175-pound senior. Amadio coming back into the game.
Yeah. Hey, I just heard from the newswire that that's Van Morris' nephew.
Hey, I played with Van Morris at Texas Tech. He's not near the size, though, his uncle is. Amadio hit hard behind the line of scrimmage. He lost about 4 yards, though.
Amadio, he's a north and south guy. You want to pound him on the line. You don't want to send him out on
Looks like they're bringing in Wilkerson again.
You know, a lot of the way this Cooper team plays, it's almost a mirror image of ourselves.
That's true, Craig. My voice is already changing. That's not a good sign. This is 6 minutes left in the first half. Wilson back at tailback. Looks like a pass. Stanley hits the tailback. The quarterback, just as he hits. Oh, Wall is hurting in the gut. He didn't like that size 8 helmet up there.
Stanley unloaded on him. Luckily he did. Lansing got on the flank wide open.
That's true, Craig. One thing you remember about Kendrick Wright, number 10, is one back deep covering that. The reason why he's got White back there is because of his quickness and speed. He's able to attack on the balls quickly. It's a true sign of a great cornerback. Brings up 3rd and 13.
I see that play, get away from the run at the close. You know, they're going to pump through the secondary, try to keep them on it so they don't crowd the line on them.
12 in the huddle here. I have to see if every one of them comes out.
That'd be called home field advantage, wouldn't it?
That's no flag in that play, ladies and gentlemen. That ball was unable to receive, and the offensive player pushed off. If anything, it could have been offensive pass interference.
I can't believe nobody picked up on the 12 men on the field.
That's true, Craig.
I think that's what you call home field advantage.
That's true.
Oh, it looks like the Bluebirds have come out here in Cooper. You know, looking down at this Cooper crowd, I see propane tanks filled with beans or buckshot. They made little hammers and coffee cups and coffee bins and handles. They got flashing lights. They painted their hair. They painted their faces.
They're painting their dogs.
And they're doing great. This is team spirit.
That's true, Craig.
Got to give props to the 1999 baseball team, too, who won the state championship this year. Cooper's looking good.
That's true, Craig. One thing I had to say, though, as I'm finally glad to find out this is the Cooper Bulldogs. I got tired of saying the Cooper. I'll be glad to find out when they are, what their mascot is.
Yeah, because I refer to them as the Tigers.
Yeah.
That's the only Cooper I knew.
I know one thing about it, though. I'm going to be tired after this game. Going to bring up 4th and 13. Looks like number 48, Mayberry's their punter also. Uh-oh. He's not a barefoot kicker, he's a sock foot kicker. Not a very good snap. Woo! What a punt, though. Jones on the carry. He's got open. Going to be brought down by his own 18-yard line. What a punt, Craig.
Barefoot kicker last week with the red sock.
That's true, Craig. We didn't never know it was the red sock, red cast. We didn't know what. May have had red games.
You know, we're lucky our man didn't get hurt there. Number 52, Michael Soto, came flying in there and took him out at the knee.
That's the best punt we've seen all year, Craig.
Oh, it was huge.
Coach down there congratulating. Brings up first and 10 on their own 19-yard line for the Pewitt Raymond. Back to pass. Oh! He could have caught that, Craig. He'd been gone.
2 yards from the daylight.
First time we've seen that pass attempt all year, Craig.
That was about a 50-yarder.
Just a little bit off.
Absolutely. He's got a good arm. He's more a linebacker.
That's true, Craig. Well, I will see another pass right up here to Carver. Wilson up under center. Hands off the big Delwin Johnson up the middle.
Johnson's another big man. Kind of had a moment.
That's true, Craig. That's the first time I've seen less than 8 people bring him down. Gain of 6 on the carry.
Most of the time it looks like little man wrestling midgets out there.
That's true. You seen that strongman competition where they get inside the car and pick it up and walk with it? That's what he looks like he's doing. Bring up 3rd down and 5. Hand off to Boyd. He's up the middle. Got one man to beat. He's going to be good. What a cutback. His own man tripped him, though.
Tripped over his own man, and he would have been G-O-N-E, baby.
That's right, Craig. Defense ought to slap that boy on the back.
You know, we always talk about Kenny Boyd with a 45-degree angle of cuts he makes. That was nice. Wasn't his fault.
Looks like he knew what he's practicing up for. Looks like that's what he's going to take this game.
That's nice. Now we'll take this another relative moment of silence. A slug, the Naples Chamber of Commerce haunted house, after the 28th and 8th and 30th year. Come on down, support our community. Let's do some things.
Wilson hands up to number 8. Kicks it himself. Oh, good. Beautiful play there up the middle by Wilson. Gain of about 7 yards.
Blows my mind every time I see him do that.
That's true. I just feel sorry for little sophomore Desmond Jones. He's just a duck on the pond with all the hunters just smacking him. Brings up 2nd down and a long 3.
Looks like the Pewitt offense is doing Pewitt defense. Sit on one down and play their game. We got 2nd and 2. Don't feel a split.
Look at Johnson.
Last time they were in this situation,
Looks like going to be another timeout by the Cooper Bulldogs. You know, it's the first time we've seen Johnson at fullback along with Boyd at tailback in a short distance key play. You know, I talked earlier to Coach about it, about putting Johnson at wingback, Wilson at tailback, Boyd at tailback, at both the wing T offense, and letting Munn be the quarterback. He said, you know, I've thought about that. Might just have to pull that out of my hat.
I might be a little too brutal for opponent.
That's true, Craig. He may be waiting for that for his playoff opponents.
I think that. Good job. We're ready to do it. Last time he was in this situation, we saw about a 10-yard defensive line. Maybe you get lucky and see him pass the game.
Just a little bit of 3.5 minutes left to go in the first half, Greg. One exciting ball game. Score is 6-6.
We're used to cheerleaders and cheering, the fans are taking the rattle, and the Bulldogs and Bramers are in all.
Wilson hands up to Boyd up the middle. He's just rumbling and stumbling, gains about 3 yards. You know, there, Craig, that would have been an opportunity to stick your head in, drive over man, and he would have got that first down. But no, he stays there and gets back on his haunches looking for a hole, and he gets hit by 4 guys.
If you want somebody to go in there, gain a yard for you, let me answer.
That's true, Craig, but looks like they're bringing in big number 4, Delwin Johnson. You know they got to be handing it off to him up the middle.
Directly behind the home stand.
Like a timeout for the first time for the Bulls this night, ladies and gentlemen.
Johnson's another big guy, clocking in about 230. One thing Pewitt has is big guys, not only big guys, but big athletic guys.
One thing I talked today about the coaches show, we talked about who has the talent to go on to the next level for the Bulls. And Coach said this is a team that has the most talent of all he's ever had. And he may have up to 5 or 6 guys go on to the college level. You talk about Wilson being sought after by everyone, but he looks like he may be aiming towards A&M, the great linebacker school. Boyd's being touted by UNLV, Baylor, TCU, Iowa State, and a host of others have been being sought after by the local junior colleges.
Junior, let me mention that this game, along with 3 others, can be viewed on Channel 5, Channel 54, On Sunday at 1 o'clock, we got Mount Vernon versus Linden Kildare. Sunday at 4, we got Paul Pewitt versus Cooper. 8 o'clock, we got Mount Pleasant versus Paris. And then Mount Pleasant versus Paris again, 7 o'clock.
All right, Craig. Third down and a short one. Long one. Got Jones and Boyd in the backfield. Carver over at tight end. Wilson keeps it up himself. He's got the first down. Depends on where they give him the spot. They're going to give him a generous spot there, Craig. I believe it's got to be a first down.
Yeah, it was a close one, though. Bulldog defense stepped up and broke his string.
Looks like they're going to measure again, Craig. I don't understand it. We can see it clearly from here. Definitely a first down.
They got about at least half one.
That's true. I was going to say at least 6 inches. We'll see. It's going to bring it right up close on the camera by our handyman, Mike Ross. As long as number 7 gets out of the way, we'll be able to see it.
I got a pretty good vantage point here. It's rolling.
Oh, no, not half, but a whole football, Craig. That only tells me one thing. No. No, I best not say it. I might get in trouble. Gotta be nice to those men in the black and white. But I do know they have some great LASIK surgery there in Mount Vernon. Brings up 1st and 10 on the 50-yard line. Hand up to Jones. Wilson keeps it himself. Carrying 4 guys. Keeps going down, gaining about 2 yards. Maybe 3.
Should have been nothing that's not a negative. That's again, that's what speaks to Jimmy Wilkerson.
And he's a big man.
He really is.
Brings up 2nd down and 8. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Stay tuned for that fabulous halftime show.
The Cooper fans haven't sat down the entire day.
That's true, Craig. Wilson on the keeper himself again and gained another about 3 yards. You know, in a college and professional level, a gain of 3 yards each play you're happy with. But in high school football here at Pewitt land, you want 10, 20, 30, 40 each carry.
Oh, you bet. You know, you get kind of spoiled. I was mentioning the crowd earlier. I went to this field. There are fans from both sides lined up around the entire field watching this game. It's still out of the stands.
Gotta love that, Craig.
I'm looking at the back of us where we are on top of our lookout, and it looks like the Mall of America parking lot out there.
Well, I wouldn't know if I'd go that far. Of course, I couldn't go that far because I've never seen the Mall of America parking lot.
Yeah.
Wish I was there sometime, though, just to take a ride down that water slide.
Oh, no, you don't. You have to give up your check, but it's brutal.
Well, true. Last time I did go down a water slide, I did cause a little typhoon because being a big man I am, I kind of stopped it up. The kid down the bottom started crying because all the water pressure left. Then finally, after about 4 people hit me in the back, I come shooting out there like a cannon.
I was talking about your family shopping.
Oh, I don't allow my wife to shop.
Oh, big words.
That's right.
You'll see what you look like on Monday.
Of course, that's the only time I don't allow her to shop after 1 or 2 in the morning. Hand off to Boyd. Got a hole. Going to be a first down for the Bulls, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful carry there up the middle by Boyd.
That's an example of Boyd's style paying off.
That's true.
If you want to cut that in,
of course, he had blockers to dance around there, too, you know. I'm talking about the tendency to stop and try to juke somebody out in the open field. And he's juking out the guy in front of him, but it's the 4 guys behind him there trucking down doing 30 miles an hour going to waylay him. 1st and 10 on the Bulldogs' own 42-yard line. Wilson back to pass. Oh! Pass dropped by number 8, Desmond Jones.
Almost a great reception.
Almost had a beautiful one-hand stab there. Just a little bit over a minute left in the first half, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay tuned to that halftime show. Brings up 2nd down and 10. See, we can't see these ball Pewitt Braves can suck it up and score for halftime.
Here we are with the Braves and the Bulldogs slotted up at 6. Didn't think I'd see it. Didn't know I'd like it this much, but I do.
I do too, Craig. Wilson sacked hard back in the backfield. That looked like big number 48, Mayberry, the fullback, picking him up.
That's the first time I've seen Wilkerson stank all year.
That's true, Craig. First time I see him leave his feet.
Man, and again, that was fullback. He must be one heck of an athlete. He's punting, he's running. Woo,
Kicking. He's a kicker, too.
Barefoot kicker. That's a tough man.
Third down and 14. Reverse. Gilmore got a guy wide open. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, Craig. He had to run 30 yards just to gain 5.
He was moving, though. I thought he was going to be able to turn the corner.
That's true, Craig. Going to bring up 4th down.
You're this close. It's only 24 seconds left.
Might go for it.
Why not?
Nothing to lose.
Good as a punt.
That's true, Craig. You know, the wind has died down. Hawkins has got a toe.
We hadn't seen Cooper break anything big all year.
Just be a 58-yarder if Hawkins tried to attempt here. I don't think we're going to see that.
I just saw the Bremer fans step up and let out a yell. Looks like the cheerleaders are doing a good job.
First time we've heard them over this crowd, Craig.
Hey, and they're doing it with half the people.
That's true. I don't know if it's half the people, but half the density. The density of them.
Are you saying Cooper people are big?
No. Don't mean that, Cooper people. I mean they're tightly packed.
Oh, okay.
Together. In unison of one group.
Communal setting. Peace, love,
That's their motto. Look like it's going to be 4th down and about 9. Looks like the Bulls are going for it, Craig.
That's what I like to see. Little tension.
Why not? Their back's averaging over 11 yards a carry.
That's a +2.
Wilkerson averages 15 yards a carry. Twins right. Back deep to pass is Wilkerson. You know, Kenny Boy is right in front of him. He obviously hadn't been watching Emmett Smith block the linebacker blitzing.
Wright was wide open. Wilkerson was speed. It was a great play.
Looked like Wright took a step back. Wilkerson took a step back to get a good throw at it. He shouldn't have took that step. He should have just released it. Brings up 1st and 10. 14 seconds we got to go in the first half.
Anything can happen here. Let's hope the defense steps up and locks it down.
True. Maybe a passing play. You know, they almost connected that last time with that flea flicker play they had.
You know, you were talking about your boys going out. I guess they're coming back to join you.
Up there, it's take a knee. He did the smart thing there, Craig. At the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for a halftime show. Score is 6-all.
First National Bank of Hugh Springs, Omaha office, offering free checking, senior citizens accounts, check card, debit card service for your checking account, personal loans, home equity loans, real estate loans, 24-hour customer service. Our lobby is open 9 to 3 Monday through Thursday and until 5:30 on Friday. Our drive-thru is open 8:30 to 3 Monday through Thursday and until 5:30 on Friday. First National Bank of Hugh Springs, Omaha office, a Brahma Pride supporter.
John Paul Jones Motors in Naples is family-owned and operated and celebrating 32 years of top-quality customer service. 3 generations of satisfied customers throughout Northeast Texas have given us the privilege of being their quality used car and truck dealer. That means a lot to us, and we try to see that every single one of our customers receives the individual attention they deserve. Courtesy, fairness, and integrity are principles we believe in. So try us before you buy your next car or truck. And by the way, go Brahmas!
Good evening, folks. I'm Tom Ramsey. The following is part of a series I hope will help inform voters about the proposed constitutional amendments that will be voted on Tuesday, November the 2nd. Tonight, we will talk about Proposition 12, the constitutional amendment to authorize the legislature to exempt from ad valorem taxation leased motor vehicles, not held by the leasee primarily to produce income. Under authority of the Constitution, the legislature has exempted from property taxes tangible personal property not used to produce income. The Constitution also gives local taxing units the option of overriding the exemption. Most appraisal districts apply the exemption to personal vehicles, but not to those leased. Proposition 12 would allow the legislature to extend this exemption and treat leased vehicles just like those privately owned. This would eliminate this annual tax on citizens who lease cars for personal use. Business leases would remain subject to taxation. I'm Tom Ramsey, reminding you to please vote November the 2nd.
Omaha Furniture, downtown Omaha, is another Brahma Pride supporter. Start with a great selection of sectionals to meet your needs. Look at this fine selection of sofas and love seats in all decorator styles and colors. A huge selection of action furniture by Lane, from rockers to electric-powered recliners. Watch as our models demonstrate our fantastic inventory of appliances featuring Whirlpool washers, dryers, and refrigerators. And Zenith TVs and VCRs lead the way in our selection in the electronics department. Omaha Furniture in Omaha.
As the largest bank in Morris County, we offer the best in banking services in our region. We have the technology and the resources to provide the same services as a big bank. Recently, we've added banking by phone and the Visa check card program to our growing list of services. But what really sets us apart is our people. Our knowledgeable, friendly staff can meet all your banking needs. We've been here and we'll be here. You can count on us. We're Morris County National Bank. Brahma Foods in Omaha is home of the Bullpen Deli. Start your day off with a great breakfast or stop by for our all-you-can-eat lunch and dinner buffet featuring our famous good old made-from-scratch home cooking, complete with salad bar and fresh-made bread. And it's served 11 to 8 daily for only $4.75. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights feature steak and fish specials, including all-you-can-eat catfish. Come by Brahma Foods for all your grocery needs and be sure to visit our meat market. That's Brahma Foods in Omaha, home of Brahma Pride. At the Gladewater National Bank of Omaha, our friendly employees offer you over 35 years of combined banking experience and are eager to help you with all your banking needs. Whether it's CDs, an IRA, traveler's checks, checking or savings account, a safety deposit box, or a business or consumer loan, you'll find it all at Gladewater National Bank of Omaha. Combine that with the convenience of a drive-through, commercial window service, and our convenient hours, and you've got it all. That's at Gladewater National Bank of Omaha, Highway 67, downtown.
S-Mart of Omaha, Highway 67 and 259, another Brahma Pride booster. Open 24 hours forever. We feature gasoline and diesel. Fresh, delicious food from our deli. Soft drinks, milk, bread, and snacks. Friendly people waiting to serve you at our checkout counter. Need to rent a movie? Look at our big selection. And we own our own laundromat right next door. We're a proud Brahma Pride booster. S-Mart, open 24 hours forever for all of your convenience store needs. Highway 259 and 67 in Omaha. Freddy's Auto Repair, Highway 144, 1 mile south of Omaha, is a proud Brahma booster. Freddie Joyner has 34 years experience, with 15 of those years as an ASE Master Certified Mechanic. Freddie does all types of general and automotive repair and an engine rebuilding. They're also high performance and rear axle specialists. They offer the latest computer diagnostics. Freddie's Auto Repair, located 1 mile south of Omaha on Highway 144. Freddie's Auto Repair, another Brahma Pride supporter.
The juniors, the Cooper fans, the Pewitt fans, both teams, and their beautiful announcing staff is ready to roll in the second half of the best game we've seen all year.
You know what I feel like, Craig? I feel like I'm never going to be WWF. They only had the heart that these two teams had. Number 11 will be doing the 50
An onside kick, unbelievable. Woo! Did not see that coming.
Didn't either. Coach has got to give that young man a slap on the back. Because he had to stay focused. He had 5 guys hit him as soon as he caught the ball.
This could be bad news for the Bulldogs.
You know, one of that kick was looking for the guy staking like in Waterboy. You seen that? There's my man, there's my man. You know, he picked the wrong man, because that's Chris Bell.
Let's see what the Braves come up with. They only amassed 121 total yards the first half. They got to turn it up a notch.
That's the 10th carry the boys got, and they put him over the 100-yard mark.
That did not take long.
That's right, Craig. You know, at 10 carries, they're right at the 100-yard mark. That's 10 yards per carry, right on a season average.
Let me run down the first half stats real quick. Both teams had 5 first downs. Pewitt had 108 yards rushing. Cooper had 64. 13 passing for Pewitt and 18 for Cooper. 121 total yards for Pewitt and 82 for Cooper.
Off to Jones. He's got plenty of room. He took it. He's got it. Oh, one man brings it down. 9-yard carry on that play, Craig.
The big news in the first half was the Cooper defense stepping up and their fumble out of the end zone early in the first quarter.
That's true, Craig. One thing we'd like to see here is this time that Stewart comes out firing off their offensive start. And so far they've had, I believe, 2 carries for a game. They started on their own 45. They're on about the 20-yard line now. So that's a gain of 10 and 235 yards.
Looks like they're clicking. That's what they need. Bickham got him fired up at halftime.
Wilson keeps it up the middle. Carries 3 guys. Tommy looks like he got the first down there, Craig.
Three different runs from three different guys, positive results every time. That's a good sign.
3 runs, 2 first down. Gonna be first and 10 on the Bulldogs 19-yard line, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, even when it seems that Boyd's having a slow night, he's having a great night.
Those of you just tuning into the ball game, you missed a tremendous first half. Second down and 15. Hand off to Boyd this time. Got 2 guys to beat. Goes to the ground about 2 yards there, Craig.
That's how changing direction. Kill me. Bulldogs are tightening it up. Brady's got to change it up a little bit. Do something out of the ordinary and get them out of the river.
That's true, Craig. Gonna bring 3rd down and 17. Last time they had this play, they did a little pass out to Kendrick Wright.
You know, we've seen momentum change about 5 different times, 10 different ways this game. Really unusual for us. It's very exciting.
Pass play. Wilkerson had a terrible throw there. Look, I don't know why he didn't decide to keep it up the middle and run up the middle, Craig.
Well, that's because Wright was wide open. He just misfired on that one.
Probably got a little excited. Gonna bring up 4th down, 15.
I'd go for it again.
That's true, Craig. You know they're going to go for it. I kind of wonder why they didn't try to run the ball then.
Well, I mean, you got 4 downs to play with.
That's true.
But then again, you really don't expect Pewitt to pass.
That's true, Craig. Going to be Wilson up under center. Got another pass play. The pitch out to number 25, Boyd. Boyd jukes out one guy. Oh, and falls down. Going to bring a turnover downs on the Bulldogs' own 26-yard line.
These Cooper fans are going buck wild.
That's true, Craig. Uh-oh, we have a penalty on the play. Don't know what it was, though. Holding called against the Pewitt Bulls. Supposed to be declined, be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on their own 26-yard line.
Let's see if that stalwart Pewitt defense can come out and turn momentum back in the Brandon family.
That's true, Craig. Let's see if the Bulls defense comes up and shows up to play too. It's a great stand there by the Bulldogs. Mayberry has a handoff there and goes up the middle. Looks like he might have gained about a yard.
You know, early in the game, there was something going up there for the Bulldogs. He was aggressive. They shut him down up the middle.
That's true, Craig.
That's the pitch now.
That's true. What's going up there is about 3 boys that can bench press twice their body weight.
Right.
Got the quarterback down here warming up. Looks like he may be trying to air it out here in a little bit. Biami by himself, back in the backfield, the pitch. Up the middle. Gain of about 2 yards.
Looks like that's going to bring up 3rd and 3 with 8:22. That's in the 3rd quarter. Raymond Bulldogs, hide and seek.
It's going to be a long 3. Ladies and gentlemen, have to apologize. Our enthusiasm may be a little bit less this second half. I got a migraine headache that won't stop.
Oh, I'm excited enough for both of you.
That's true, Craig.
Caffeine, I'm ready to go.
Pitch out to 48 Mayberry. Hit hard by Dylan Johnson. Didn't make it, ladies and gentlemen. Gain of about a yard.
I'm guessing they're about a yard short on this.
Woo! That's where 2 Goliaths met. Mayberry and Johnson.
You're the Bulldogs got a fullback like they have. Maybe you go for it.
Looks like they're going to measure it, Craig. Gave him a nice spot. By the way, way it looks like the sticks, though, it looks like they're going to be about 6 inches short.
Well, you know, that's why those guys are out there holding those big yellow sticks.
That's true.
We've only seen them utilized once besides this game, and they've already been used 3 times so far.
6 inches, like I said, Craig. Just call me radar. Only one thing to do. Get the big old number 48 and let him hit it hard and heavy. But you know, if they don't get it, this is not going to be a good time.
This is one of those games where you're probably not going to see a big play, so it's those little technical things that count. Picking up your man, making just enough room for him to get that extra yard. That's what we're looking at here tonight. I love situations like this.
That's true, Craig. Looks like they're bringing in 3 linebackers, multiple down linemen. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think he got it, Craig. It's going to be close.
I think it's the second effort takes him over. It is, like you said, going to be close.
Favorable spot. I'll call out and see what there is here. Boy.
We're still scraping bodies up after Carmack out
That's
there.
true, Craig. Looks like we got a couple of bulls down. Nope.
I think maybe somebody bit somebody when they were down the pile.
Stanley's getting slow getting up. I'm going to shake it off, it looks like, though.
Well, I can't see that guy being hurt for very long, or anything.
Looks like it's going to be a Cooper first down.
Woo! How big is that? How big is that?
That key. That probably makes up for that fumble going out of the end zone.
I don't know about all that. It definitely keeps the momentum going.
You know, the guy that gave the spot, the same guy that said it wasn't good, so you know he's got to have some guilt about that last play.
You are playing enemy territory, so you got to expect.
That's true. That's true.
Of course, I'd never say that on TV.
Me either. Pitch off to number 4, Wilkerson. Tripped on himself. Looks like there's one Clyde out in the field, and he hit it.
Tackled by the invisible man.
Probably trying to hit that 3rd gear and missed it, and hit down the 1st and shut him down.
How fortunate for the Braves.
That's true.
Junior, I got another opportunity with silence here. He wants to come around the end zone. I'm going to shout out our sponsors real quick.
Okay.
We've got the blind place, Omaha Furniture, Morris County National Bank, Brahma Foods, Freddy's Auto Repair, First National Bank of Hugh Springs, John Paul Jones Motors, Fred Sperry, General Dentistry, S-Mart, Whitewater National Bank in Omaha, the State Representative Tom Ramsey.
Thanks, Craig. Going to bring up offsides called against the Bulls there. Bring up first down and 5. Ball on their own 41-yard line. Hand off to Deani. Looks like he's hit hard by Wilkerson there, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice run for another first down by the Bulldogs.
That's true, Craig.
They're bringing it around here. He's got to step up and do something.
That's Jason DiMatteo.
How impressed are you with that kid?
That's pretty impressive. You know, he didn't have a very good first half, though, Craig. You know, coming in the nice ball game, he had right at 1,300 yards. Looked to be the featured back, but he only held to 28 yards the first half.
That speaks volumes for your defense, doesn't it?
Hands off to Damani. Hit hard by number 17, Jimmy Wilkerson. Nice run there by Jason Diamante. Brings up first and 10 on the Bulls' 20-yard line.
Woo, you got to hand it to that kid. Running that effectively against a defense this good. Holy smokes.
One thing about was that number 15, Chris Munn, saved that touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. He may have not made the tackle. Number 37, James Gilmore, made the tackle, ladies and gentlemen, but Munn's the one that did stop the play.
Munn's another one of those kids that'll hit you and intercept the ball. Just an overall great talent back there.
That's true, Craig. Forward Wilkinson in backfield again. Handoff up the middle. Hit hard by Gilmore again. Lost his shoe. Brings up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, it's pretty funny watching Bernard Wilkinson with white shoes on.
That's true.
Me a name it.
That's true. That reminds me of Billy White Shoes Johnson, the Atlanta Falcons myself. Brings up 2nd down and 8 on Pewitt's 18-yard line.
They're making the boost stick.
Hand off the Army up the middle. Hit hard by Wilson, though. Did you see Wilson slap that boy down? Woo!
What hard tackle. Remind me of the movie The Longest Yard.
That's true, Craig. Brings up 3rd down and a critical 4. Wilson coming in.
Oh, we got our cheerleaders back. Giving it up for the people, man. Hey, Junior, the building stuff. Oh,
hey.
Building stuff.
Maybe they're doing that revolving thing. Hand off to Wilson. Hit hard by number 8, Desmond Jones. We're going to have a holding call besides that, Craig.
Great tackle there by Desmond Jones. He climbed and drug him into the dirt. Nice play.
Like it's going to be face mask there called against the Bulls.
Inadvertent? Only a 5-yarder, right?
Nope, 15-yarder, Craig. That's true, Craig.
But our defense hasn't let us down all year. We can't expect them to now.
It's going to be a first and goal there, Craig, for the Bulls.
Stomping around down there in the trenches, ready to fire off on somebody and put it into this drive.
Craig, I don't know about you, but that's supposed to be a half the distance to the goal line. There's on the 15. I guess that's about right.
That's on the time. Jesus was ready to call Pewitt ran into the soccer ball.
About time. Mayberry on the carry. Going to bring up 2nd down and go. About 4 yards to go.
Nothing over there on the left side. Hey, is that a Cobbins or a Cobbins on this side?
I think it's a Cobbins. Brings up 2nd down and 5, ladies and gentlemen. 5 to go for another 6 points. See if the Bulls can have a tenacious defense, can make a good stand here. Looks like it's going to be a sweep to the right to the Army. Hit hard up the middle by number 17, Jimmy Wilkerson, though. Gain of 1, going to bring up 3rd and 4.
You would have told me yesterday, 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, we'd be tied at 6 and Cooper about to go ahead. I would have laughed.
That's true, Craig. Looks like these people had something to talk about all along. Makes me excited for this district.
Oh, you bet. Dude, high quality. Don't forget, Honeycomb, they only got 1 loss.
Holy cow.
6-1.
Quarterback keeper. Doesn't get there, ladies and gentlemen. Saved by Kenny Boyd, number 25. Woo! Nice open field tackle.
That meant a lot.
Quarterback needed to watch his little sidestep move there to get away from that one. Going to bring up 4th down, and looks like 3 to go, ladies and gentlemen.
He even put him on the right hash mark.
Looks like they're going to go for the field goal, Craig.
What?
Field goal.
What?
A field goal.
Oh, a field goal. I haven't seen one of those all year.
It is the quarterback doing the kicking, though, Craig. Be ready. He's got some motor.
It could be a little tricky play here.
ladies and gentlemen. That brings the score 9-6. A real live Listen to the crowd, ladies and gentlemen. They tell the whole story.
Cooper fans are squirting stuff, they're shaking stuff, they're yelling, they're kissing. Man, it's like Mardi Gras down there.
That's true, Craig. That's true.
I wish you could bottle this, too.
What a game. What a game, Craig. What a game. You know what? Gotta be ready for that onside kick again, Craig.
Oh, that's spooky. They wouldn't do that to us, would they?
Done it every time.
Oh. I think we need an appearance by our smoke and rolling bowl.
That's true, Craig. That's true. Deep receives, number 10, Kendrick Wright. Looks like they're lining up again for that onside kick, Craig.
Man, this game has turned into a real...
I'd scoot that middle line up if I was them, Craig. Gonna be out. That's out of bounds, Craig. That's gonna be... Do you decline it? I'd put him back a little bit farther. Just give him 5 more yards.
I don't know. 41's pretty good field position.
Looks like they're going to decline it, Craig. Being first and goal for the 40-yard line for the Paul Pewitt Brahmas.
And they need to put a little something together here for Wisconsin. 9-6. Crazy. You know, you think it'd be a shootout or a blowout one way or the other.
That's true, Craig.
This is the greatest.
Have to see what kind of heart this team has.
Black and blue division.
That's true, Craig. Got Big Dylan Johnson and Boyd in the backfield now. Looks for a sweep to the right. Johnson up the middle. He's got one man to beat. Oh, what a play. 14 yards.
Big 230-pounder motor to the middle of that defense.
Woo! One man's run him down, though, Craig. One man.
Oh, woo!
He could have been gone.
One man couldn't bring that out of. Maybe a kryptonite in cycle.
Probably got that one buck tooth caught on a shoestring.
Hey, whatever it takes, Daddy.
Well, Johnson again up the middle. Rumbling, stumbling. Go, baby, go! Gained about 8 yards again, Craig.
Hey, give it to Johnson. Beat him.
That's right. It's Christian Okoye Jr.
I would think the baby Earl, but that's a good pick. From the Sousa University.
Oh, Johnson going out of the game now. That's going to leave Boyd and Jones in the backfield. Second down and 3.
I feel like we're about to eat Thanksgiving dinner. Open Christmas presents.
That's true, Craig. I'm already belching. Jones up the middle. That's got a first down, ladies and gentlemen.
That looks like a two-play.
Looked like a misdirection play. A cutback. Gained about 7 yards for a first down. Gonna be 1st and 10 on the Bulldogs 29-yard line. 51 seconds left to go in the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Score is 9 for Cooper, 6 for the Brahmas.
Folks watching this at home, this is going to be a six-pack and a two-bag of chips game.
That's true, Craig. Hand off to Vic Jefferson, keeps it himself. Gained about 3 before he's hit. One thing about it, the defense is having a hard time bringing these big bulls down. You think these Bulldogs will know how to bulldog a bull.
Well, they do. They put 3 foot high of them on him just so they can slow him down from the other couldn't get there. At least that's my perspective.
4 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Hits the playoff, hands off to Boyd. He cuts back, one guy brings it down. That's the end of the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Cooper 9, Raymond 6. Stay tuned for our sponsors.
John Paul Jones Motors in Naples is family owned and operated and celebrating 32 years of top quality customer service. 3 generations of satisfied customers throughout Northeast Texas have given us the privilege of being their quality used car and truck dealer. That means a lot to us, and we try to see that every single one of our customers receives the individual attention they deserve. Courtesy, fairness, and integrity are principles we believe in. So try us before you buy your next car or truck. And by the way, go Brahmas!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the beginning of the fourth quarter of this dynamic, holy cow, football game we have here tonight, Craig.
Oh, it's a hit dude's dream, baby.
That's right, 3rd down and 6 to go for the Bulls on the Bulldogs' own 25-yard line. Hand off to Jones around in. Looks like he got right close to our... Looks like the ground caused a fumble. It's going to be about 2 yards short, Craig.
That'll put it, what, about 4th and 2 on the Cooper 20?
That's true, Craig.
Not much of a decision here.
Bringing big Train Johnson.
Oh, you got to run the guy. I see him coming in.
Uh-oh. Stanley coming in leading the way, too.
And for me.
4th and a long 2, Craig. This might be the ball game.
I got goosebumps. Oh, my goosebumps.
Jimmy Wilson keeps on her trucking and a rumbling and a stumbling. First down, Bulls.
You know, I get scared every time that happens because I think of the Hooks game where they stripped him and ran it back 99 yards for a TD.
Well, I think about the Hooks game where he blew out his hamstring.
Oh, double checked it there. Oh, this game is killing me.
It may kill me, Craig.
See what happens now, 1st and 10.
I hadn't felt this bad since that night last night. I think I stayed at college. You noticed anything, Craig? They brought in Sperry as quarterback. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
I'm kind of surprised to see Sperry. Good quarterback and everything, but I was thinking the gun speed he did there. Hey, that's why I'm not the coach.
That's true, Craig. Power I formation. Touchdown! 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 Any flags, Craig?
No flags!
Listen to this crowd. It all of a sudden just went silent like somebody hit mute.
Look at the Brahma fans. Look what Sperry did. Wasn't that fancy? I feel all giddy.
Holy cow.
Man, what a great play. What a shocker. You go for 2 here.
I don't know why you'd go 2 here, though. There are 3 up. Just go for the extra point, Craig.
Isn't that the rule? You got 12, you go for 2. Here comes Lowe.
Kick is up. And it's good. Bring brings the score of 13-9 Bulls.
14-point lead. The kids wanted to two to go in the fourth. What a game! Great play by Sperry. Finding the open man there in the end zone, throwing it when nobody else could get it except his receiver. How exciting is that?
That's impressive, Craig. Just impressive. You know, I don't think the Bulldogs are ready for that switch like they pulled out there. You know, we talked about it early in the game. We thought it might be mine, but it looks like they pulled Sperry out of the hat.
Great call, great play by Sperry. All credit due to him. Hey, we got the Cooper cheerleaders on TV doing calisthenics. You think maybe they'll build something?
Probably. Mo Hawkins will do the kicking duty. Wilkerson back deep to receive, all by himself.
I doubt we'll see an onside kick here.
I don't think so either. With the wind going with you, hopefully Hawkins going to try to put it out in the end zone.
I like that. That's exciting.
Zone man brings him down, Craig. That tackle was by number 51 of Cooper. Chip Terry makes the tackle.
That was enough. Nice run by Bernard Wilkerson until, like you said, double man leg lifting.
Brings up 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line, Craig.
Well, this could be all that the Pewitt defense needs. Little space, 4-point lead. Put the Pewitt Bulldogs under lockdown.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. This crowd's still in it, though. Hand off to Diombi. Hit hard behind line of scrimmage. And looks like he got back to the original line of scrimmage there, Craig. Had to wait to see.
And that looked like they were trying to hammer a square block into a round hole.
Looked like he's on a head full speed right up in the middle. Mr. Anthony, I'm going to hit you harder than you know what you think you're going to hit. You hit Stanley.
Man, what a great ball game. I think we've said that a million times, but it worked. This is a real gem.
I know, Craig. Makes me sick if I wouldn't have been here. Brings up 2nd down and 9. Wall under center. Hit hard by number 4, the 4 connection. Darrell and Johnson on the cackle.
Johnson really stepped up his game tonight.
That's true, Craig.
Great play by the defense, not to give up anything on that sweep. That kid's got a lot of speed, spread the field, could have been trouble. Great job seeking and destroying.
That's true, Craig. Brings up 3rd down and 8. See if they pull out a pass play here, Craig.
I'm telling you, it don't belong if people will go right or left. They're going to jump on the sideline. It would be devastating.
Doesn't go anywhere, Craig. Gain of about 2. How did that guy catch that ball in that middle of that swarm?
It looked like a contortion.
Had a very dangerous pass that could have been easily picked off and run right in the middle. Brings up 4th down. I don't think so, Craig. The position's too close and they had too far to go.
Maybe have a mighty foul.
And they got a good kicker back there, Mayberry, the sock man wonder.
He's getting his foot on naked.
The wind's died down. Hercules Carver does a good job there, Craig, by picking up the ball he dropped and he got not just going down by the first hit.
Hercules Carver almost made a boo-boo.
That's true, Craig. But he had good composure there to step it up, pick it up, and keep on trucking.
Man.
Brings up 1st down and 10 for the Bulls on their own 25-yard line.
Here we are, folks. 13-10. Pewitt Brainers over the Cooper Bulldogs. 8:07 to go in the 4th quarter. Man, is this close.
This is the number 1 versus the number 4 team in the state, ladies and gentlemen.
It don't get much better than that.
That's true. Hand off to Jones up the middle. Brought down by number 4. That's Walkerson on the tackle.
You know, the Cooper defense has been hanging on by a fingernail all night. That's another time when you one got to beat.
It's true. It's going to be second down and 4 to go.
You know, even if Cooper doesn't win this game, we're going to get some respect.
That's true, Craig. Shouldn't go out of the top 10.
Well, he was offside by about 5 yards.
Looks like it, Craig. Got a little jumpy there.
I can't believe it's being excited.
Bring up 2nd down and 7 now. Excuse me, 9.
A lot of stuff to stake here tonight. Probably the division. Pewitt's best start ever. Bragging rights.
That's true, Craig. Bragging rights. Something they can tell their grandchildren about. Especially that boy at that buck tooth to tell his grandson how he lost the other one. Hand off to Boyd. Oh! Late hit there, ladies and gentlemen, but it doesn't look like it's going to get called. That was a tackle by number 9.
That was a great tackle by number 33, Adam Shaw.
Oh, excuse me, number 33.
Oh, and a great back like Boyd. That's pretty neat.
That's true, Craig. Crucial play here, Craig. Did you see Wilson leading the block in there, Craig?
Woo! You see Chase Chadwick fire off and nail him in the head? Man, the Bulldogs are playing hard.
Brings up
mirror image of our defense.
Brings up 4th down and 4. You know, and the Bulldogs have to be going after this ball.
Oh, you bet. This could be the last time they see it the way they're talking tonight.
That's true, Craig.
We're rattling and rolling here in Cooper.
Nice kick by Wilson. Going over the heads. Gets a Pewitt roll. Going to be brought down about their own 20-yard line.
That was 22, Justin Basie falling on the ball. What is he thinking?
I don't know. Number 37, James Gilmore, tackled him as soon as he fell on the ball.
That could have been a super play for the Brainers.
That's true, Craig.
Well, if you're a Cooper Bulldog, 5:45 left in the game, trailing by 4. I think if you're a Bulldog fan, you're praying to God, Allah, Buddha, Zeus, Loki, anybody you can think of to pull a little offensive magic out of the hat.
That's true, Craig.
The Pewitt defense is stingy, and they're not likely to give up a big play.
Young be back in the backfield. Handoff. Barely missed by number Stanley there, but Stanley made his third step, and then he's hit hard by number 74, Jerome Cobbins. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Remember, he's tired of saying the same name.
That's true.
Nobody's left the game.
That's true, Craig, but you know what? The crowd has kind of quieted down. This is the time they need to be yelling their heads off.
You know, I was talking with some Cooper fans earlier. One of the ladies who said at Chargers Ticket Sale, they sold 1,000 tickets to the Brainers and about 2,000 to the Cooper Bulldog fans.
Giambi up to go, carries up, gained it about 5 yards, gonna bring 3rd down and 4.
We got about 3,000, 3,500 screaming fans here tonight.
That sounds like almost the whole population of both towns. I know one thing, all the ball bearings are missing in Cooper because they're in these jugs.
You bet. See, there you go. You ruined my fantasy. I thought they were magic beans.
3rd down and 5, 4. Hand off to Diambi. Hit hard behind the line of scrimmage by number 40. Excuse me, 74. Jason.
Nothing going there. Looks like a punt coming out.
That's right.
4th and 5 on your own 25. You got to.
That's right, especially with the sock of Mayberry.
He's the fine punter, best one we've seen all year.
That's right, Craig.
He can boom it. Plus, you know, people you got to be thinking of doing almost botched it. They have botched one.
What a punt, Craig.
See you later.
Woo! 55 yards, Craig. That's from the line of scrimmage.
What a punt!
If you move it 15 yards back, that's 70 yards.
What a punt! Man, that's pretty good. I like that. Yep. It's rare you see high school teams, especially two-way high school teams, have special teams who play as good as we've seen today.
That's true, Craig. Brings up 1st down 10 on the Bulls' 25-yard line. Under 3 minutes left to go in the game, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, looking at Fourier, he's kind of a big guy with a little belly. Reminds me of Sammy Ball.
That's true, Craig. Run right in the middle. Probably what you'll see here, ladies and gentlemen. Pewitt probably won't throw the ball again. Going to have a timeout called off by Cooper. Stops the clock with 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go, Craig. What a game.
We heard all kinds of predictions before this game. 34-0 Pewitt, 50-0 Pewitt. Nobody thought it would be this close.
That's true, Craig. You know, probably the only person that lose some power in the rank is going to be the Bulls.
Well, let me tell you, I take that back. Our cameraman, he thought it was going to be a tight one.
That's true.
Nostradamus in him. He was right.
Oh, Mike Ross, he's pretty witty. He can do some things with the camera we've never seen before.
Tell them to reset the clock or do something.
Well, folks, let me announce our sponsors while we got a little silence here. Might not have another chance. We've got the Blind Place, Omaha Furniture, Morris County National Bank, Brahma Foods, Freddy's Auto Repair, First National Bank of Hughes Springs, Gulf Hole Jones Motors, Fredericksburg Sperry GDS General Dentistry, Esmark, Redwater National Bank in Omaha, and State Representative Tom Ramsey.
Again, Greg, it's 2nd down and 9 to go for the Bulls on their own 26-yard line. Big Dylan Johnson up the backfield. Pass. There's Hercules Taylor. He spins around, 1st down. Woo! Where did that come from?
Under me surprised.
Now that took some courage and a little bit of risk. But you know what? That bet just paid off, baby.
Well, I don't know. You got what? An all-stater? Passed it to an all-stater. You know, pretty good odds.
That's true. You know, they probably didn't even have to call Allstate for some insurance. Brings up 1st and 10, the crucial 1st down, under 3 minutes to go in the ball game on the Bulls' own 40-yard line. Hand off to Boyd, got open field. He's going around, takes a step. He gains about 3 yards, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't understand why he didn't do that to the outside the way he was going.
Yeah, he had the advantage.
We've seen him do that a couple times tonight, cost himself some yardage.
Going to bring up 2nd down and about 7 on their own 44-yard line, ladies and gentlemen. 2.5 minutes left to go in the ball game. The time could not go any faster for these Bulls.
Oh, no kidding. Just praying for a double time.
Hand off to the middle up to Big Joe and Johnson. First time Seymour gained 6 inches. Gonna be a timeout called by the Cooper Bulldogs. 2 minutes left to go in the ball game, Craig. Holy cow, can you expect this?
All I can say is, wow.
You know, this is the time the crowds had to step up. You can see the little red beavers flashing over in the Pewitt crowd. Their heart's still a-pumping. Mine's still a-pumping. I feel better now than I did after the first minute of the ball game. Thank goodness. That Tylenol must have finally kicked in.
Nobody in the stands or surrounding the field up here in the booth is sitting down.
That's true, Craig. I think there's some people still in the back, out there trying to find parking spots, though.
Great atmosphere. Hey, Junior, did you know that the Naples Chamber of Commerce is putting on the haunted house on the 28th?
I know, Craig, but last time I went, I got so scared I lost my boots.
Well, they're doing it the 30th, too. Then they'll have a lot more practice and maybe more people.
That's true, Craig.
It's only $3 for an adult, $1.50 for kids. What a bargain.
That's true, Craig. Brings up 3rd down and 6 for the Bulls. 2 minutes and 7 seconds left to go in the ball game. I've lost all my fingernails, Craig. I'm working on my big toe now, and that's nasty. But it's chewy. Boyd and Wilson in the backfield. Wilson keeps it himself. Gain about a yard. Timeout again. Wow, that play only took 7 seconds. Probably twice, though. Mavis had a 2-minute warning like the pros. I think that's a last
5. Pewitt's gonna punt.
Got to, because I mean the Bulldogs have no more timeouts. I mean,
Cooper needs some magic if they're gonna pull this one out.
If I was Pewitt, I'd take another timeout right now. Well, you might want to conserve it. May go into overtime. You never know.
You never know. The way Cooper's gonna run in the second half, they could break something.
Let's see if these cheerleaders got an arm on them. See if they can hit me. I'm a big target. Here you go, lady. Here you go, girl. Hit me. I'm wide open. I may be a lineman, but I got good hands.
Hey, I'm sitting here thinking I'll go for the interception. That wouldn't be that smart, would it?
No, I don't think so.
About 30 feet off the ground.
Especially with my big man Mike Cross in here blocking my way.
Take me out with the camera.
4th and 3.
Oh, here we go.
Punt time, ladies and gentlemen. They're going for it, Craig. Gets it off and they hit the punter.
I don't see
Where's the flag? It got to be a flag. Holy cow, I can't believe there wasn't a flag there, Craig.
I think that was an actual penalty and not play acting.
That's right.
I am surprised. Lucky break, Cooper.
A little favoritism showed on our part that time, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, $1.51, they got the ball on their own 28. Trailing by 4.
No timeouts left.
They got to go. They're going to have to pass to kill the clock.
Bringing in Wall, the passer in. Going to have a delay game here, Craig, I believe.
They can't afford that. They better get rolling. Man, this is exciting. Here we go.
Look for a pass here, Craig. Hit hard by the wrong garbage. Ball off the 15 yards, Craig.
Nothing going there.
Listen to the crowd. Over on Pewitt's side, it's probably the most excited they've been all year. Oh, heartbreaker.
I actually got to see the Statue of Liberty play.
Woo! Pass again. That's a mistake. They're just going to hit him again. They have to remember that this defensive line loves passing plays. They're just going to let the clock roll and roll.
That was James Gilmore. Man, look,
let's say 3rd down and let's say 10, 20, 25, 30.
Wow.
They keep this pace. It's going to be a safety right here, Craig. Woo! There's the pass. Intercepted by Kenny Boyd! Intercepted by Kenny Boyd! Pewitt ball! That's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. All they got to do now is sit on the ball. 47 seconds left to go.
Have you ever seen a better defensive stand than that?
You know, Boyd's usually the MVP of the game because of his offensive duties. What a catch. He saw the ball coming. He starts taking his steps back and jumped up and caught the ball.
It's not like it was an easy thing to do. They both had hold of that ball at the same time. What a fight. What a game. Whew, I can't get over it.
Timeout, Pewitt. 47 seconds left to go, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't get over the tackle by Cobbins, the interception by Boyd. Talk about stepping up during crunch time.
You know,
These
Cooper Bulldogs have nothing to be ashamed of. They have played a gut-wrenching ball game.
Oh, they're great.
You know, they have to remember they're playing the defending state champions who didn't lose much at all. We've said it over and over again. They're a better team, we believe. And here they are playing and hold them within 4 points.
Oh, yeah, I definitely believe the Cooper Bulldogs are for real. They'll go a long ways in the 2A playoffs this year.
That's true, Craig.
Much respect.
I'd like to mention, ladies and gentlemen, that copies of last year's state championship game are still available at Channel 54. 47 seconds left to go in the half. The game, excuse me. Stay tuned for the post-game show. We'll have lots to say. Just taking the knees, Jimmy Wilkerson.
Heart goes out to the Bulldogs.
That's true, Craig. The only thing you're going to do is just take another knee. There's running the clock.
They gave everything they had. Came up just a little short. Great effort. Great effort.
That's true, Craig. Best ball game I've ever announced.
Hey, me too. Great effort. Great effort.
Trouble. Number 50 tried the Lamar Barrington leap, and that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Score is going to be 13-9 in favor of the number 1 defending state champions, Paul Pewitt Brahmans. Stay tuned for the post-time show with Junior Cox, Craig Rushing, and cameraman Mike Ross.
First National Bank of Hugh Springs, Omaha office, offering free checking, senior citizens accounts, check card, debit card service for your checking account, personal loans, home equity loans, real estate loans, 24-hour customer service. Our lobby is open 9 to 3 Monday through Thursday and until 5:30 on Friday. Our drive-thru is open 8:30 to 3 Monday through Thursday and until 5:30 on Friday. First National Bank of Hugh Springs, Omaha office, a Brahma Pride supporter.
Sunspots. They're a sneaky little enemy that interrupts your sleep. They follow you from room to room and interfere with things you like to do. That's why Hunter Douglas created new Light Lines mini blinds. They keep out the light that ordinary mini blinds can't, so only the beauty shines through. New Light Lines mini blinds from Hunter Douglas. It's what you don't see that makes the difference.
And with locations throughout the East Texas and Louisiana area, there's a blind place near you.
That's it, folks. Best game we've seen all year. The number 1 ranked Paul Pewitt Brahmans defeat the number 4 ranked Cooper Bulldogs. Neither team has anything to be ashamed about. They both left it all out there on the field. They couldn't have asked for a better game. On to you, Junior.
That's true, Craig. You know, MVP of the game has to be Kenny Boyd. That last saving interception he had there. Boyd had over 100 yards rushing for the night. We don't know the final stats, but that doesn't matter a thing. Things that matter, a couple plays stand out in my mind. One's the fumble going into the end zone. Don't know how it happened. Yambi actually kicked the ball out the end of the end zone while he's going in for a touchdown. And then the play with Boyd and making the interception and in the game. Well, I want to mention to you, ladies and gentlemen, that this has been a great ball game for us to announce. And I appreciate y'all listening and staying tuned. Thanks again to our sponsors. This is Junior Cox along with Craig Rushing and Mike Ross on camera saying good night.
See you next time.